Hello and welcome back to the Listening to Your Gut podcast. Before we get going today on this solo episode, I want to just quickly draw attention to my hat that I am wearing. If you are watching on YouTube, then you are in for a treat because you actually get to see this self-love hat. This is an incredible hat that is made by my sweet and dear bestie, Savannah Robertson, and she has her own incredible apparel line and all kinds of things that you can get, accessories as well, that support her brand. So she focuses on really body positivity and self-love for your body and loving your body where it's at right now, which I absolutely love. We need more of that in this world. We need more people reminding us of that, and also encouraging us to really love where we are every step of our journey through this life. So, and I know that's hard, but these items that she has that are part of her line are just great ways to remind you that your body is freaking incredible. It does so many things for you on a daily basis. So one way you can support it is to wear clothing that draws attention to this beautiful body that you have. So if you are interested in checking out her apparel line and her accessories, make sure to check the show notes. I'll put her Instagram handle as well as her podcast, as well as the website to find all this good stuff. It is loveyourbodynow.org, but I'll have it all in the show notes for you. Absolutely love this hat. She's got one too. So now we are twinsies with the hats. But I just wanted to draw out some of my or draw attention to, I should say, some of what I'm wearing today. And in fact, my Worthy shirt is also from her, so I'm wearing that as well. So let's dive into this episode. I know you know what this is about because you saw the title. So I want to just give you a quick scope of where we're going, and then we'll dive right in. So first and foremost, we are going to be talking about what is in Poppi versus what is in Olipop. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the two after I'm done sharing that with you, what's in each. Then we're going to dive into the lawsuit that recently came about with Poppi. We'll talk about where that stands. And then I'll give you my thoughts at the end. I'll tell you which one I personally like better, Poppi versus Olipop. And yeah, just some last minute thoughts before we wrap things up. So yeah, that's where we're headed. Now, before I dive into telling you more about what's inside Poppi, I do want to just remind you that if you don't know, Poppi and Olipop are touted as prebiotic sodas. Okay, so what this means is that they're saying that these drinks have beneficial components in them, okay, that are going to support your gut's health, okay, healthy gut bacteria. All right. And if you're like, well, what's the difference between pre and probiotics? Great question. So probiotics are going to be the beneficial bacteria that we need to support our gut's health. And prebiotics are going to be the food that feeds these bacteria. Okay, so think of pre as like it's helping to make the probiotics the best they can be. Together, they are a dynamite duo. Okay, so let's dive in to Poppi first. All right, Poppi includes sparkling water. Could have guessed that, right? Organic cane sugar. I want to stop there for a moment because Poppi touts that it has 5 grams or less of added sugars. This is compared to the same 12-ounce can of, say, a Coca-Cola, which has 39 grams of added sugar. So right off the bat there, if you're looking at Coca-Cola versus Poppi, Poppi is clearly the better choice when we're comparing apples to apples, sugar and sugar, right? All right. The next thing that is in the Poppi is going to be organic apple cider vinegar. All right. So if you didn't know, apple cider vinegar helps to aid in digestion. It is naturally acidic, and so that helps to increase stomach acid, which helps us to break down food easier and also can help either eliminate and or reduce gas and bloating that often many of us have after eating. The next thing that is in Poppi is organic agave inulin. So this is part of the lawsuit that we'll get into a little bit later. So the agave inulin is part of the soda. Research has found, so this is not part of the lawsuit, but research has found that anywhere from 5 to 7.5 grams per day over the course of 3 weeks resulted in a 3 to 4-fold increase of beneficial bacteria and a 40% decrease in detrimental bacteria in the body. Okay. Next would be natural flavors. All right. These, because Poppi states that it is vegan, we can safely assume that these natural flavors are coming from plants. They also include fruit juices, depending on the flavor. Various different types of fruit juices are part of these drinks. And then a stevia concentrate, okay? So that's where that extra sweetness comes from without the additional added sugar. So if you don't know, stevia is from a leaf, comes from a leaf. So it's non-nutritive, which means it doesn't have any nutrients to it. And studies have found actually that stevia extract does not increase blood glucose levels and actually may have a small glucose lowering effect. So it's not going to spike your blood sugar. As say a normal can of soda would, because it's got that stevia concentrate in it. Okay. Next is going to be Olipop. All right. So Olipop is, they say that Olipop flavors include their Ollie Smart concoction, which includes cassava root fiber, chicory root, inulin again, Jerusalem artichoke inulin, as well as extracts from nopal cactus, marshmallow root, calendula flower, and kudzu root. There's a lot of stuff in there. Notice how Poppi didn't have as many things. Olipop's got a lot more going on. I'm seeing a lot more fiber in the Olipop. So carbonated water is one of the ingredients. Like I said, cassava root fiber and syrup. It's rich in prebiotic fibers, so that's good. Chicory root inulin. Research has found that chicory root promotes digestion and can help regulate appetite. It also has been found to reduce the risk of gastrointestinal diseases. However, some people may be sensitive to its effects, which could cause you to end up with an upset stomach if you have too much of it, consume too much of it. Jerusalem artichoke inulin is a good source of prebiotic fiber as well. And animal studies have found evidence that this ingredient may change the microbiome in a way that helps to reduce high blood sugar. Okay. Nopal cactus extract, also known as prickly pear, is a good source of fiber. It's also anti-inflammatory. It's an antioxidant. It's an antimicrobial. So lots of good things there. Marshmallow root extract. This is also inside the Olipop. It also is rich in antioxidants that are good for the gut by aiding in digestion. It's also may help to relieve inflammation in the digestive tract. Next, we've got the calendula flower. I'm watching Riker because he's trying to get into things he shouldn't. We got the calendula flower. So that is an herb that's traditionally been used to soothe upset stomachs and ulcers. However, there's limited research on this, but it does have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Kudzu root is known to reduce inflammation and help protect the liver. And then allulose syrup, wow, say that fast. Allulose syrup is an alternative to sugar that has 90% fewer calories and may also help to have blood sugar lowering effects. It is a sugar that's naturally found in foods like molasses and raisins. If you can think of those flavors, that's what you're getting, you know, some of that in the Olipop. Okay. Also, it is not It's not digested in the mouth like sugar is, so it doesn't contribute to cavities. So that's a good thing too. Um, it also includes juices and juice concentrate from various juices, depending upon the flavor, just like Poppi. It's got natural flavors. They're also certified vegan, so these flavors are coming from plants, not animals. It's got stevia leaf as well. And then it also has Himalayan pink salt. It says most have just about a percentage of the daily value of sodium, but that Himalayan pink salt is to help bring out the flavors in the drink. Okay. It also does state that some of the flavors include caffeine from green tea. Now, I do want to compare the two side by side with a chart that I have. So I'm going to pull that up so that I can read it to you. So side by side in terms of calories, Poppi is 25 calories and Olipop is anywhere between 35 to 50. In terms of fiber that you can get from each, Poppi is 2 grams, Olipop is 9 grams. Added sugar, both are 5 grams or less. Different flavors, Poppi has 11 flavors, Olipop has 16 flavors, and I feel like they're growing because I feel like there's new flavors that are like limited time or limited releases, so might even be more than that. Their price, Poppi is anywhere from $2 to $2.50, and Olipop is $1.73 to $3. And they're available nationwide and online. So just wanted to give you that little side-by-side comparison. Now, before I get to the lawsuit, I'm actually going to tell you which one is my favorite out of those two. You might have seen me hinting towards one as opposed to the other in the YouTube of this. But Olipop is for sure my favorite. So I don't always purchase them from the store, but I did just go to the grocery store today and bought one for my husband, Jeremy, and one for myself of the Olipop. I like the flavors better. I like the taste better. And yeah, so that's, I just also now having done the research, I feel like there's more beneficial ingredients to support the body in Olipop as opposed to Poppi. So now the lawsuit. Here's the lawsuit, okay? So this lawsuit recently came about, and it was filed by a former customer, that alleges that a can of Poppi soda doesn't contain enough inulin, remember that's the fiber, to benefit the gut. And that the company violated the California law by putting out false and misleading advertising, basically saying that it can support the gut, even though this individual is claiming they don't believe that it has enough fiber to support the gut. Okay, so let me just tell you a little bit more about inulin. Okay, so inulin is a fiber which is naturally found in a variety of fruits and vegetables and plants. And the inulin in drinks is derived from agave. So we saw that I shared that with you prior, telling you that it was agave inulin, okay? This and other prebiotics feed the good bacteria in the digestive system, right? It's debatable how much of that actually needs to be had in order to support the gut. But again, according to that research earlier, 5 to 7.5 grams per day over the course of several weeks was shown to have benefit. So maybe, maybe not. Okay. Um, here's where you're gonna get my thoughts here in a moment, but I'm gonna tell you the end of this lawsuit. Okay. It's still an open lawsuit. It still haven't come to a conclusion yet. But the individual, her name is Kristen Cobbs, excuse me. And supposedly another Poppi customers. So she's the lead plaintiff, but there are other customers in this with her apparently. She, excuse me, she is seeking financial compensation, and she's claiming that it's worth $5 million. Okay. So that being said, here are my thoughts on this. Okay. If you're somebody who wants to drink a soda, do it, right? If you want to be more health conscious, take a Poppi or an Olipop, okay? I would not be drinking an Olipop or a Poppi to say I'm helping support my gut, okay? Because the best way you can support your gut is to eat whole foods, all right? So if you're like, yep, I'm helping support my gut, and hey, I've been that person too, where I'm like, yep, I'm having one of these gut prebiotic fibers in it, great. Well, now I know better, right? Because I've done the research. Now we know, right? That if you want a soda and you want to be healthier, Olipop and Poppi are one of your better choices because they're way less sugar laden than your typical sodas. Do I personally feel that they're going to support your gut in the way that you want them to support your gut? No, you need to eat whole foods in order to do that, okay? Do I feel that this Kristen Cobbs and these other Poppi customers should get their $5 million? No. Do I think that maybe Poppi's advertising is misleading? Yes. But if I am someone who is trying to bring that about and share that with the company, I'm out there to do it to support the collective world, right? All citizens of the world. I don't want a dime off that. So I have a problem with Kristen Cobbs saying that she wants $5 million. Sounds like she has something to gain from this, and she does. So that's where I draw the line. Do I feel that Poppi has been misleading and, maybe even Olipop misleading in touting that they are these prebiotic rich sodas? Yes, I do. But I don't think that we should be filing a lawsuit for $5 million to prove that point. That's just me. So that is that. I hope that this was insightful for you. I hope that moving forward, if you haven't tried an Olipop or a Poppi, that maybe you try them out just to see, if you like them. And yeah, that is that. I hope you have an absolutely incredible week, and I will chat with you later. Take care.